What is good, Ninja? OG over here from NewsEssence, and welcome to another NewsEssence video that I have here for you guys. So today we're gonna be talking about how these old guys and girls sometimes, but normally guys in these political careers are back at it again, trying to blame the video game industry for problems that they should be solving. So we'll talk about that, but we'll leave out some details for the fear of this video being demonetized on the spot. So we'll discuss that. We'll also talk about the Guilty Gear in terms of the game that needs high quality graphics getting the update dated for the PS3, and then we'll also discuss Manticore, that game that's coming from Deep Silver. Yeah, that game's coming over to Nintendo Switch, and it's looking pretty cool. We got a brand new gameplay trailer on that, so we'll check that out and go over some information on that. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna go ahead and start off. Yes, it's 2018. We are not in a time portal back to 2004. Jack Thompson is not back, but now we are back at it again with more people of power trying to sit here and blame the video game industry for problems that they should be solving themselves, that they have the power to solve, and they know good and well, using as a scapegoat in order to blame something that they know is going to get no pushback from anybody else there, because there's not enough organization. It's all over the place, and that is video games once again being targeted by the highest of highest offices. For those who don't know, in the US we've been going through some problems here or there with some violence and things that go pew pew pew. Yes, not fake like in video games, not the controls that you pick up that aren't real, that you know good and well that do not exist in this world when it comes to slaying demons on Doom, or when it comes to jumping up and jumping on a Goomba and that Goomba disappearing. All of that violence, all those things are not real. They are not manifested in reality. They do not take part in this realm in terms of real life. We know that they're video games. Anybody with the same brain knows that they're video games, and there have been plenty of studies out there that show that video games do not do anything in terms of causing violence. But once again, we have someone who is old. We have people who are old that want to sit there and shift blame because they're not getting money from companies who want people to have real life violence in terms of things that can cause violence. Yes, that money that is shifted over and that is not coming from the video game industry. So therefore, the scapegoat is here. The scapegoat is here, and it will always be here as long as video games exist. And it's just coming back into the fold. So I am here as someone who loves video games. It doesn't matter if you like the PS4, the Xbox One, the Nintendo Switch, the PS3, the NES, heck, the Atari. Anything, it doesn't matter. If you are a fan of video games, you should speak up about this. You should let people be known, especially people who have no idea about the video game industry, people who don't play video games, people who don't work in video games, that these are harmless. Video games are fun. Video games are meant to educate. Video games are meant to lighten the mood. Video games are meant to unwind. Video games do not have an effect in terms of what people do when it comes to real life and when it comes to what's going on in the US in violence. It has nothing to do with it. It never will have anything to do with it. And there are plenty of times that I have done crazy things in video games, and that does not manifest to doing crazy things here in real life, because we know the difference between fake and real. Heck, some video games aren't even materialized in your hand, digital. You can't even grab it. So to blame video games once again, like I said, this is not Jack Thompson. I'm thinking, did Jack Thompson say this? Once again, the blame of the video games is just crazy. And I am here as someone who's a big fan of the video game industry. First and foremost, forget Nintendo, forget Switch, forget anything, forget JRPGs, forget all of that. I am a fan of the video game industry, and anybody else who is a fan of the video game industry should definitely speak up on this. And this is the reason why I created shows like NewsEssence, in order to talk about some of the hard-hitting things out there that I normally didn't get around to doing. Now, like I said, this isn't about leaning to one side or another. This isn't about what you vote for or what you're registered or anything like that. I don't care. This is about defending what video games stand for, the video game industry, and how video games have done far more good, okay? Far more good than a lot of the stuff out there that actually causes these problems. And the adults need to start taking some responsibility for not protecting the US citizens instead of using the scapegoats of video games. So what do you guys think about all this when it comes to it? I'm not gonna have any links or anything when it comes to that stuff, guys. Just go on Twitter or go on the internet and look up what some people are saying when it comes to it, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, please keep the conversations civil. This is about video games and all of us being united for that front. All right, and moving to the next article here, we have an update for the game that just needs high quality graphics on the PlayStation 4 in addition to the PlayStation 3. So that is Guilty Gear Xrd Rev2 Game Balance Refinement Update, launches March 1st for PlayStation 4 and PS3, like I stated here. There will be more information on the PC as well in terms of the update at a later time. So Arc System Works will release the previously teased game balance refinement update for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 versions of Guilty Gear Xrd Rev2 on March 1st, the company has announced. As for the PC update, the company have asked users to please wait just a tad bit longer for more information, as graphics are very important for this style of game. Now, after applying the patch, players will be able to enjoy battles identical to the latest version of Guilty Gear Xrd Rev2, currently available in arcades. Also, various modifications have been applied to make the gameplay even smoother than it can be, which is crazy because the game is already smooth as heck. So there are a lot of other details that they put in there that you guys can check out, link in the description below. Now, you guys all know I've joked about this when it comes to NewsEssence before, on a PE news video, on a live stream and other stuff like that, but I just find it ridiculous that the developer said, you know what, high quality graphics are such an important thing for this game, yet they continue to update the PS3 version of it. Now, maybe it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse with this one because I have discussed it before, but I just wanted to make sure that I brought it up, how ridiculous in terms of what he had to say on that matter, because the PS3 version is still getting the latest updates and they're not having any problem with that. And I've even done some more research when it comes to the PS3 version and the PS4 version of the game. I've watched Digital Foundry tear it apart. I've watched some other people talk about it. I've watched side-by-side comparisons. I've seen quite a number of things on this, and this game, from what I can see, now I'm not a developer, which I've said before, but from what I can see, this game does not need the highest quality of graphics. What this game has is a ton of style. It is not pushing the PS4 to its limits. It is not breaking the neck of the PS4 Pro. It is not going to give the Xbox One X a run for its money. But you know what it is? It's a fantastic game that I think that could find a home on the Nintendo Switch. Now, your boy is definitely not port begging for this style of game. We've got Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We've got Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. We've got Pokken. There are a ton of games that are already out or coming out on the Nintendo Switch that are great for fighting. Heck, SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. That is going to be a physical edition for the normal edition, exclusive for the Nintendo Switch. So if you want the physical edition on PS4, you have to buy like the limited or special edition, whereas the Switch is going to have that standard. So we're even getting a little bit of perks when it comes to fighting games with SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. So I'm not worried about Guilty Gear so much as maybe some other people are. But at the same time, I do feel that once a developer says something that's kind of weird, you definitely have to say something about it. But I wanted to make sure that I continue covering the game because it is a good game and I think it could benefit being on the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, being able to set up tournaments anywhere that you want, being able to practice anywhere that you want. Those are tactics that I've used multiple times in different games, for example, like Pokken and even Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Back when that game was coming out, I used to practice all the time on my lunch breaks at my old job. So I think that Guilty Gear Xrd could be great on the Nintendo Switch, and I would love for them to bring it over, but definitely not port begging for it if they don't want to. So what do you guys think about this brand new update here? And once again, where are all my hardcore Guilty Gear players out there? Do you guys feel that it'd be a good fit for the Nintendo Switch? Would you pick up a copy of the game even if you already have it on different systems? And for all the people out there who haven't quite purchased Guilty Gear on any other system, would a Switch version make you pick it up? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the final article here, we have a brand new gameplay trailer for Manticore Galaxy on Fire for the Nintendo Switch. This is a sci-fi action game that will be launching on March 22nd. So Deep Silver has released a gameplay trailer for Manticore Galaxy on Fire, its upcoming sci-fi action title announced last week, as it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, we do have a little bit of an overview of the game for those who maybe missed the announcement. So the game is set in the Neox sector of the galaxy, where the player is recruited as a pilot by the mercenary carrier Manticore. The crew of the Manticore is investigating an intergalactic conspiracy cataclysmic event known as the Shattering that has caused much suffering in the sector. With the fate of the galaxy hanging in the balance, the player faces off against vicious space pirates, viral mercenary outfits, and cutthroat mining companies to bring the culprits to justice. Throughout the story-based campaign, the player flies unique spaceships, fights deadly enemies, and faces over 30 bosses in a handcrafted game world with more than 35 unique locations. Once again, Manticore Galaxy on Fire is due up for the Nintendo Switch on March 22nd. And you guys, of course, are checking out this brand new gameplay trailer here. And yo, this is actually looking really cool. We don't have any space simulation, kind of like flight shooters on the Nintendo Switch. There's no Star Fox at this point, and Star Fox Zero is on the Wii U. So Nintendo fans don't really have anything yet so far from Nintendo or from other developers, and that's why I'm kind of shedding some light on this game, because I think it might be pretty cool. Everything that I've read from the iOS and Android version seems pretty nice, but this one is actually going to have the microtransactions stripped out of it. It's going to have a lot more content. It has HD rumble. It's been spruced up a bit when it comes to the graphics, so I'm actually looking forward to this one because I like space dogfights. I like airplane games and all that. There just hasn't been a ton of them over the years, just because I guess developers haven't felt that that's going to be a profitable area for them. And of course, Star Fox is still not on the Nintendo Switch at this point, and it took a long break because it didn't come to the Wii, despite the Wii being pretty good for that style of game, or at least I would think it would have been pretty good for that style of game. So maybe the sales of this game, if it does well, could kind of spur on other developers to make games like it, more original titles and games specifically built for the Nintendo Switch, or even for Nintendo to bring back Star Fox. Hopefully we can get something like that in the future. So what do you guys think about Manticore Galaxy on fire for the Nintendo Switch, in addition to all the different topics that we discussed here today? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube Live gaming page. Consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emails via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.